Hello everyone and welcome to FRL Division 2 East Lodwick. We apologise for the late start, but we are here now and we are about 8 minutes into qualifying. We've got 3 minutes left here and it's already really tight at the top, as you've probably seen already. At the minute we have Italy is low for Funny Group Racing leading Quattrus by just 11 thousandths of a second at the top, with 4 drivers within 1/10 of the fastest time. Really looking to be spicy here, so stay tuned. Let's see who is on the lap. At the minute, it looks like Crack Dev improving in the first sector. Currently coming into sector 2, I believe. Let's see if he improves. Come around the corner, he does. Purple sector 2. I knew it as it comes really clean for the last few set corners. It looks very promising. Goes very close to the wall. Flat down to the last straight. Let's see if he go Paul. Can he do it? Of course he can. 4/10. Wow. 4/10, huh? Absolutely ridiculous. I would be very surprised if anyone can challenge him for pole now. Obviously the winner here yesterday. He looks strong. Let's see if anyone can do it. A few drivers behind, going faster. Stack just about to set time, goes 13th. It is currently next to... Never mind, he abandoned his lap as Crack leaves the server. Very nice. Italy is, though, improving in the first sector. Coming into sector 3 now. Does he improve? Yes, he does. Could be good. Depends if he can nail the last corner. Oh, he goes a little bit wide. Almost hits the wall. Onto the last straight. Very close to the inside wall there. Let's see if he can prove. He can, but it's not enough. It is good lap time. Unfortunately, not close enough. Meanwhile, not many drivers starting the lap at the minute. Everyone just getting ready to go for their final runs. We have Amoga, Sussy, Imposter, I believe, about to finish their lap, currently down in 12th. Really looking for a better time. Up to the line. Stays in 12th, but goes 2/10 faster. Quite, the track just settles down for everyone's final runs. Four seconds to go here. Currently, Crackdead leading by 2/10. In contrast to what I said before, it's spread out a little bit. You know, you can tell who's fast, who's not. Where it was 4 drivers within 1/10 of a second earlier. Now it is what? 12 driving in 1 second. Oof, rough. Anyway, lap times. Baddock Dak coming up to line. Jumps up to 5th from 7th. Hamza goes 5th. Who else? We have Brody James coming up to the line now with 5 seconds left. I wonder if he can make it for another run. Not quite. Where's he going to go? 9th. Next up to cross the line, I believe, is Devil Hunter BD, currently in 8th place. About to come to the line. Really looking for a good time here. Goes up to 3rd. Good lap. Next up, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Rotty Sushi stays in 10th. No improvement there. Insane Sack abandoned his lap. Really does look like Crackdev has this one in the bag. Bacon Alonso, currently last place. 2 reds. Any goods? No, no goods. Quattrus up to line, 2 greens. Can he do anything? He goes up to 3rd. That's an extra point for him. As the last 2 drivers now are ready to come up to the line. It's Diamond with 2 green sectors. And Crackdev just, you know, trimming the grass. He comes up to the line. What's it going to be? It's going to be 8th place. Very nice. Good lap.
Something interesting is that race winner of the last round, Amogas, is sitting in P12, so not a great qualifying for him, but he'll surely try to make up some positions since he's in a great form.
Yeah, fingers crossed for him. Not sure what happened there. Do we know where he qualified last time? It's really interesting that he's so far off the pace.
He qualified in P8, so he tends to have great race pace.
Well, fingers crossed, as we see all the drivers seem to be fitting soft tyres at the start of this race. A mixture of softs and mediums.
We've seen Italy's though do a one-stopper race in Division 2 West. Oh, wait. Oh, it's just a bug. Yeah.
Right, lights. And we're off racing here at Ludwig. As we said, many drivers fit in the soft tyres, only 2 drivers fit in the mediums. That's Aero Mixer and Baduct for PHX. Maybe they have a strategy going there as we make it into the first corner. Italy's though leading away from Crack Dev. All looks to be very clean through the first few set of corners. No major mistakes from our front runners. And we make it clean into Sector 1. Still, so far so good. Italy though, Quattrus and Crack Dev, who is still... I don't know why it says he's disconnected for me. But the 3 of them battling the way. Devil Hunter BD seems to have made a small mistake of some sort. Seems to have dropped back a little bit. Let's hope that he catches up again. As the back of the pack settles in and tries their best to catch up to the front runners.
Right now, if you're on the mediums like Baruktar and Aero Mixer, you have to stay close as much as possible to the sub runners and then make up the time in the second or third stint when you're gonna put the soft tires. So it's a really important stint for them to try and limit the damage.
Of course, we'll have to see how they do. It's my team, obviously, so I'm going to root for them until the end of the race. But seem to be settling into the back of the grids. But I'm sure the softs will degrade eventually, and they'll have some fun out there. Out in front, Italy is though now 5 times clear of Crackdev and Quattrus. They've obviously made a few mistakes of some sort in the first sector there. Really interesting to see if Italy as though can manage to pull away or keep them at bay.
The funny group racing really is a car both first and last, so it's a really is a race of 2 phases for funny group racing.
I didn't notice that. Feels like Verstappen at Red Bull, you know, that they've given all the... Oh, Italy as though, as I say, that goes wide or hits the wall. I didn't quite see it. But now that leaves Crackdev and Quattrus out once more. Setting the new fastest lap of the race. Oh, Quattrus, big mistake. I don't know if you caught that. Went wide on the outside, lost so much time there. It's going to be really hurtful for him. As his teammate, Simply Herod, comes in behind. Looks like we could have a teammate battle for 3rd place. That would be really interesting, of course. But the 2 leaders, clearly, Crackdev and Elias, though, really now pulling away from the rest of the field.
As we've seen in the other divisions, if you manage to pull away in this track, which is completely possible, you can surely have a different race from what we saw last round in Gisborne. So it's really crucial to pull away right now as soon as possible.
Absolutely. I just wanted to have a little talk about the medium runners. So mentioned them a few laps ago. Baduct in the points now. Really fighting hard with Diamond for that points position. Aeromix are having a different turn of fate, dropping back lower to the back of the grid, but still in touch with Bacon and What even is that username, lads? Look at that. It's like
Yeah,
they slammed their head on the keyboard or something.
Litzy Low is stuck on the track.
Oh,
And
he's out.
yeah.
Our first retirement of the race.
Oh, and
Hopefully that'll make it a bit easier for the PHX runners.
a lot of drivers having issues with their car, like technical issues, as we see right now. Hamza Legend really fighting against his Wi-Fi.
What was it then? Was it an MG UK failure for Glitzy Glow, do you reckon?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Most unfortunate. Most unfortunate. What a shame. Nothing much of note happening at the front of the grid at the minute. It's just Crackdev in Italy batting it out still. The gap maintaining around 1.5 to Quattro, so not all bad news for him. If he locks it, maybe he can find some extra electrical power and just push through. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, and as I said before, Hamza Legend is really struggling to keep his car on track. He's completely stuck in the main straight.
He's completely frozen. Well, maybe. Oh, he's gone. Oh, what a shame. Oh, what type of failure was it this time?
I don't know. It's something we'll see soon if we get some news from the driver himself.
So nothing much of note happening at the minute, to be honest. Crackdev in Italy managed to pull away a few tenths. Just the regular battles on the track. How are we looking at? Oh yeah, I just wanted to know how Aeromixer has dropped back about 6 seconds to those drivers in front. So fingers crossed the medium save him there. Baddock that now fighting for 11th place seems to have found some extra pace on the medium tyres. Further up the grids, we have Amogus in 8th. Rotatusha just right behind, trying to take the place off him. And then we seem to have a four-way battle for 4th developing, just behind the leaders there.
This track has a great history in FRL because in this specific race, Division 2 East of Season 7, history was made in a sort of way with Paulette making his debut and being lapped 13 times. So surely no one wants to beat that record.
I swear I commentated that race. I
Yeah,
swear.
you were commentating that race.
That was funny. How can it be that bad?
I mean, he had some issues with the Wi-Fi, so.
Ah, I see. At least he tried, though.
Yeah, that's what it mattered. That's what matters.
Ooh. Simply goes very wide.
Ooh,
As we have our first pit. Yeah, Quattrus in the pits, rightly so. What do you reckon? Which tyre they're going to switch to?
Mediums, I'd say.
Mediums. Quattrus to the mediums. Baddock. No, never mind. He was already on the mediums. Rotatusha behind, also on the mediums. 1, 2, 3, again on the mediums. Some really boring strategies at play here.
Yeah.
Out in front, Crackdev extending his lead to 1.7 seconds. Now 7 tenths. The leaderboard's been really laggy.
It's Italy who is lagging.
Mm.
And Italy gets the overtake done for P1. Oh, never mind.
Oh, they both go into the pits. At the same time, I expect a lot of the drivers behind will now follow them into the pits. Yeah, Devil Hunter, Brody James, Amogus, Diamond, all coming in. Everyone's boxing now. Smooth stop. Oh, he's a little bit off in his pit box, but it seems to be fine. Allows
Oh, he
Italy
loses
is
the
though to
position.
jump him in the pits. Everyone else behind boxes on to the mediums.
Oh, huge mistake.
What happened?
Cracked that one completely wide.
Oh, it's really harmful now. Italy is though, especially doing better in those pit stops there, finding his markers on time. Now pulls 2 seconds clear or thereabouts of Krakdev. Very interesting. And the last, or what should be the last two soft runners now into the pits. Simply getting the box spot on insane sack, coming to his box. Does he find it? Of course he does. And I assume they also box onto the mediums. That's correct. And yeah, 6 now boxes behind. So that's no more medium runners. And it leaves Baddocks beautifully in the lead. My goat.
He shakes things up with the strategy.
I wonder if he'll be able to overcut some drivers. I believe he was flying in 12th place before everyone boxed. So
Yeah.
could be interesting to see if he's actually managing to pull away from those drivers that are in the midfield at the minute.
Yeah, but we'll have to find out if he will try to go for a one stopper or a two stopper.
That would be interesting. You know, I really wish it could rain here again. I know it did it in Division 1, but it would spice things up, surely.
Yeah, sadly, it's already much what we got in Division 1, considering rain in South Africa is really rare. So I think we're done for this week.
Fingers crossed we'll see some in, I believe it's Haylong coming up next.
Yeah, it is.
That'll be one to look forward to.
Italy's though has really pulled away from the other from runners, squatchers, and Krakta.
That's a really good point. I believe it was 2 seconds before. Now, if I'm right, it's hovering between 3 seconds. Now, Italy's though within the slipstream range of Baddocks. It's really going to get pulled forward now. It really, at the minute, looks good for Italy as though.
Italy's though is overtaking Barukta for the lead.
It's a good move. No more data. Yeah, he'll be really fast now with no data. Yeah, from Baddock.
We're seeing a lot of puck racing with drivers being close to each other but not able to overtake, as the dirty air is really strong in this truck.
Yeah, it's a good part. I'm noticing there's could be a 4-car battle for P10 at the minute. All of them just going for the last few set corners. Looks to be difficult to move and overtake. As I say that, Amogus actually trying to make the move on Diamond down the back straight, making the best use of slipstream as he can. It'll be really interesting to see if he gets him into turn 1. And he does, briefly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amogus with the better line, taking the place off Diamond and now challenging Error Mixer. He's on the different strategy there.
I'm really curious to see when the medium runners will pit, because this will give us a clearer view of their strategy.
In theory, what do you reckon they could do? Because I'm interested.
You could go longer on the mediums and then put the hard tires, or you could pit earlier and then put the softs or the mediums again and then go on the softs or the mediums, depending on what you did before.
Fair enough. It's makes it worth watching. Let's see if the PHX drivers here can actually shape up or shake up the I don't know how to put it, to be honest. The normality of the race, you should say. The two outliers doing something different.
Yeah.
Just worth mentioning that Craig Devon Quatches have managed to get around Baddock now, so that's should be more pace for them. Although I am seeing that Italy's though is now pulled out to 4 seconds ahead of the drivers behind.
Yeah, it's really having the race of his life. Ooh, huge mistake.
Oof, that's not going to help at all.
Praktev seems to lack a lot of inconsistency. That's what really doesn't let him express his full potential in FRL.
What do you reckon? Too much focus on qualifying laps, do you reckon? A
Yeah,
really strong... Yeah.
yesterday he proved us wrong in Division 2 West, but today he seems to be back to square.
No, it did win by 6.1 seconds yesterday, and that was on a soft medium there. The same strategy I assume they're running here today. And bear in mind, behind him, Italy is though 7.6 seconds behind, so a really big change of fate happening here in Lodwick today.
Yeah, redemption for Italy's though. Again.
Again, it's another mistake. And all the while, Italy as though is just taking this for free and now pulling out to over 5 seconds from the drivers behind.
Yeah, it's
As,
easier.
interestingly, sorry to cut you off, Baddock comes into the pits.
Let's see what tires he puts on. Ooh.
It's hard, it's going to the end. Interesting.
Yeah. I was about to say that it's easier for Italy's though to win this race than to not win this. So they'll have to just keep focus and not make any important mistakes, and he should have this.
If anything, it is really his race to lose here. Crydev in the pit, by the way.
Yeah,
That's really unexpected.
he was struggling for sure.
Maybe going on the hards. Try to go to the end. Yeah, it is hards. Surely that's risky.
Yeah, because he messed
Oh,
up the whole
yeah.
strategy.
Well, he was 5 seconds behind before the stop. Let's see if he can make it work. I wasn't expecting that at all, to be honest.
He was even overtaken by Barukta on the same tires now, basically.
Only one lap older, mind you. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a
really
bad call.
interesting.
That's a bad call in my opinion. I don't understand it. There is a big pack that goes from I believe P7 to P10, so that's good points on the table, and the drivers will be trying to give their best to get the highest position.
Yeah, very true. I believe this is the same pack of drivers we were talking about like about 5 laps ago. It's good to see that they're still in touch with each other, still fighting for the valuable midfield point places. As also we are coming up, incredibly enough, only half race distance now. At least though entering this phase of the race with a 6-second lead. A big contrast to his performance yesterday, really dominating this race. As it stands, it would really take a big mistake on his part to lose this lead and bottle this win.
I'm not.
Just want to say it's worth pointing out that Crackdev and Badux are really closing in on that back we were just talking about from 7th to 10th. Just watching. Oh, Crackdev, big mistake as I say that. I was going to say
Yeah.
that the gap between them had closed from 10 seconds to 7 seconds in the last lap alone. But actually, as I say, that's another mistake from Crackdev, who drops even further behind Baddock now.
It's not his race. Today is not his race. As we see Quattros trying to give his everything he has to catch Italy's though, but it's pretty pointless at this point. He just has to hope something happens to him, like a disconnection or something like that, because it's really hard to believe that he can even catch up. back in a normal race situation.
I mean, what is working for Quattrus and Devil is that they are together, so they can give each other their slipstream, in essence, and maybe. So I try to pull closer till it is though in front. We do have a pit stop behind. It's Roti Sushi, going from the mediums to the mediums again, so probably going to the end. I believe that is the normal strategy that we expect everyone here to do. Obviously, just going for the undercut to try pull them forwards a little bit.
I'm really curious to see where Padukta will end up being in this race because he's having really a good strategy. But as soon as he said that, he corner cut it and was overtaken by Kraktev. So yeah, let's let him race, and in the end we'll see. We'll wrap things up.
I'm convinced that the commentator's curse is real because I can't count the amount of times we've started talking about someone, and immediately after they've just gone wide afterwards.
Yeah.
It's Devil Hunter and Brody James now into the pits, obviously boxing back onto the mediums, same as before. And I assume that's going to trigger a bunch of other drivers to pit behind. Yes, it does. Insane Zach at 1, 2, 3 following them in. If I had to guess, this would probably mean that Italy, Stowe and Quattrus and drivers up front of the field will probably be boxing soon, also to cover that off.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Italy's though can do pretty much what he wants because he will. If he does the overcut, he will gain in the end. If he doesn't, he will gain now, and he will not. He will lose just a bit in the end. So it really doesn't matter for him.
It'll be really interesting to see where Crackdev and Baddock end up once these drivers stop here. Maybe a few seconds south, as yes, Italy does pit. And again, this is probably going to mean a lot of drivers behind coming to the pits. Yet here comes Quattrus. Simply, what about Simply into the pits as well? That's Italy, so stops right in his marks and goes back onto the mediums. He's straight back out of the pits, wasting no time here.
Everyone is in.
Everyone is in. Boring. Sorry. Yeah, so Italy is though on now fresh tyres. Is roughly 4 seconds away. He should not have a problem pulling away from Crackdev at this point.
Yeah. But we need to see if Quattrus will be able to catch up back to a P2 place or even a P3 place, because with the pit stop he dropped down to P5, so he'll have to make those overtakes on track.
Yeah, very close for the podium places now that you mention it, actually. Devil Hunter, Baddock, and Quattrus all fighting for that place. It's a really good performance from Baddock, I think, started 7th on the wrong strategy entirely, or different to everyone else, but seemingly making it work. But yeah, as we expected, at least, they're already extending his lead by around 1 second over Crackdev.
Yeah, it just needs to keep cool and try and hope not to disconnect.
Fingers crossed.
The train we were watching some laps ago was still there for, I think, a bit lower position, P9 now, but still some great points are on the table for them.
Yeah, these drivers, I'm pretty sure, have been together the entire race. So obviously, really similar on pace. That's again an update at least, though. Now pulling away to over 6 seconds, in contrary to the 5 seconds a few laps ago. And with 10.5 laps to go, it really is seeming like this is his race.
Yeah. With this result, Quattros would pull away even more from the championship rivals, Brody James and Amogas as imposter, um, since he's having a great result, and Brody James is only in P7, and Amogas as imposter is sitting in P12, and we're not seeing Consti's thing today, so really good chance for Quattros to make his championship gap even bigger.
Do you know what this does for the constructors?
Um, we see Swift GP. Where is Swift GP? Oh, and Saint Touch is out. That's huge implications.
Oh yeah,
He was part of the train, I believe. So
yeah.
sad to see
Now
him out.
4 becomes 3. That's a big shame for Jack. Some points really on the table there.
I believe that Quattros is the only driver racing today for Swift GP. No, never mind. We got Wolf as I think a reserve driver. I have no clue, but they're scoring great points and they're gonna pull away in the championship standings with this great result. And Funny Group Racing will score a lot of points thanks to Italy's though, but Bacon Alonso sadly couldn't keep up to points places and is currently sitting in P13, but he still can hope for someone to disconnect ahead.
Just looking. I was about to mention Collegians, but now I've just seen Devon Hunter weaving on the straight in front of Quattros. That's pretty funny. But no, with a second place, Devon Hunter really does help Collegians out. I mean, obviously losing out a few points to Swift, and even Mante racing at a push with Brody James there. This second place, if he's able to hold on to it, would be really good for Collegians in the championship battle.
We see a really great battle for second place in the championship standings. But Funny Group Racing, I wouldn't count them in because the whole points basically were scored by reserve drivers. So when the reserve slots are over, they will not be able to score as much as they are doing right now.
To be honest, there's not really much of note happening at the minute. Maybe maybe Wolf, Baddock, and Brody fighting for the fifth place. But apart from that, I'm not really seeing much of an action. Uh, Italy is really now pulling away as we expected, not making any mistakes. Crack Dev maybe trying to find his way to the podium for third place. Seems to have made one too many mistakes, and he's now 3.2 behind Quattrus, who still, all the while, battling with Devil Hunter for that valuable second place.
Yeah, this race has been pretty much stuck since it began, with drivers being close to each other but not able to overtake.
Yeah. This is why we need rain. If it was raining, we'd be fine, you know? Really switches things up.
Yeah, at least when you're spectating.
Yeah. More fun for us. Maybe not for the drivers. But that doesn't matter.
The only close battle we have apart from Clutchers and Devil Hunter I see right now is the battle for P13. So
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Let's come on, let's just watch this for the end of the race. Oh no,
Ooh,
he goes wide. No.
insane driving.
No, it's a shame they're not even battling for points, but it's good that they're fighting so hard about 13th place. It is pretty good to see, to be honest.
Yeah.
Look at those lines. Hell yeah.
What is that?
Oh, oh, he loses too much speed. Six is going to take. Oh, yes. Come on.
Insane racecraft from them. Zero visibility, like they cannot even see ahead of them, but they're still
Literally
pushing
just
to
as.
third
Yeah.
place.
This reminds me of Multi 21 when Webber and Vettel kept battling each other. Then on that day, that was very reminiscent of this. Oh, six goes very wide. Let's bake him through.
And the battle for P2 is still ongoing.
Yeah, I think it's going to go down to the wire. To the wire, to be honest, I actually have no idea who's going to finish ahead of the other. It's always been neck and neck every time we've looked at it.
Yeah, just going to be the last lap sprint. Now it's more of a chess game.
Do you reckon these drivers will get lapped? By the way, that could be really interesting.
Let me look at the minimap. I think
Now,
it's
now just fallen to a minute behind with five laps to go. It's possible.
yeah. You could see Italy still lapping his teammate. That would be really humiliating for Becker and Alonso. So we see the gap between P1 and P2 is now 9 seconds, almost 10. So amazing race from Italy's though, with no pressure at all right now.
It's just a fantastic turnaround from yesterday, from being 7 seconds off the lead to now leading by almost 10 seconds. It's really good to see. Just about 3.5 laps ago, it really seems to have had this in the bag since the first set of stops. To be honest. Just want to point out that 6 is pulling away from Bacon at the minute.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was looking at the minimap and I saw the yellow point ahead of the blue point.
Look, watch this Devil just always neck and neck. Always, always.
Ooh, huge mistake from Simply Heaven.
Oh, that's gonna cost them. Yeah, now 1 second behind Crackdev. I think they were fighting for 4th place there.
Look at this battle. Switchbacks. We have to say that Italy is the lowest race in every like division of this in this weekend, so we really had the experience factor playing out today. We raced in both D1 and Division 2 West before racing today in Division 2 East.
He had all the tools and he's really made it work here at the very end.
Oh, the battle for P13 is still ongoing? Never mind, it was just a little bit back. It gave me hope for a second.
I'm sure one of them will go wide and it'll be really interesting towards the line again. Oh. Crackdev's also made a mistake because Wolf is now there and to be fair, I'm not going to count it out, but Brody James is just right behind him, you know, biding his time.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
only just noticed that, but he's really caught up to the pair of them. I assume they've both been making mistakes. No, he's within about, I think he's about a second away. I reckon if Brody James locks in, he could do it.
Yeah,
That'd be really,
surely
really cool to see.
we might get something to watch for the last 3 laps.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm gonna keep on watching this battle.
Speckon Alonso is definitely now surely off. It's not even in slipstream range anymore, so sad to hear for him. It will not be a P13 finish today, unless something happens.
Well, you never know. 2 laps to go, anything can happen.
We remember Season 6, Berkema, Asia.
Well, we don't talk about that one. Yeah, I think Krantev's made another mistake. Brody James is now within 7 tenths. He's going. No one expected that.
Yeah,
I
he
was thought it
was
was
so
in no
quiet.
man's land, but 4
Yeah.
tenths now. Really on the charge.
And that's not good for quarters in the championship, because at least Brody James will try to do a bit of damage limitation today.
Yeah, Brody started 10th. Very good recovery from him, I'd say. I'm not sure if they'll get to Wolf in time, but really unexpected last lap battle here between Crackdev and Brody for 5th place.
And Rorty Sushi is trying to catch up back to Barukta for P7 as well.
White flag, by the way. This is now the last lap. Italy though begins to make his way for the first set of corners. That's Brody just within a 10th now, just sat behind, biding his time, and hopefully he can make it through in the next 1 minute and 20 seconds. I'm sure CrackDev will not be happy about that if he does. Be really interesting to see all the drivers' reactions once the race finishes. But now they're side by side. And Brody now moves ahead of CrackDev. Yeah, fantastic racing here. It must be said, certainly as though now enters the last sector of the race. A dominant performance today.
Ooh, huge mistake from Brody James.
Oh no, that's a shame. That's such a shame. I'm so Anyway, Italy's though comes down to the final straight to win the race here in D2 East. A dominant drive and a big hats off to him. As Quattrus now follows him home, having beaten out Devil Hunter for second place. Really helpful for him. Comes across the line, second place. Devil takes a good third. Wolf ahead of CrackDev and Brody, now taking fourth. And it will be CrackDev beating Brody there at the end. Yeah, bad at that for PHX. A good drive on a different strategy, coming home in seventh. Rotsushi didn't see much of them in eighth. 1, 2, 3 in ninth. Diamond following just behind. Amogus in 11th. And further back, we have Aero Mixer for the last points place. And interestingly enough, Bacon has closed in on 6. Just saying.
Ooh.
It could be close in the final sector. Come on, give us something worth watching. Come on. As Aero Mixer crosses the line, takes the last points place.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he'll be able to make a move.
And Funny Group Racing will close with P1 and last position in this race.
A big sandwich here at Lodwick. Yeah, so that was Lodwick for the weekend. In your minds, who was driver of the day today?
I'll give it to Barukta for his one-stop strategy.
Fantastic. It either has to be Brody James for that last lap attempt or Ilias, though. An absolutely dominant drive. Really made it worth watching there. And good to see that he's been able to turn it around since yesterday. Well, that was Lodwick. I believe next we do go to Halong Bay, which will be a really interesting race.
Ooh.
A very good track to race on and watch. I do believe it is next weekend. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it is a
Next
triple
weekend.
header, so it will be the last one of the triple header.
Fantastic. Well, we'll see where the championship stands after the next race. Hopefully, it'll be worth watching. And yeah, we'll see you then. It's goodbye from me, and big thanks to Gio for commentating on my side.
Goodbye.